káwé ni tí ó ṣe dàrú ẹni. Ṣàṣà ènìyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lẹ́yìn tẹ̀rù tọmọ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lójú ẹni. Ọmọ aráyé abániwọ̀rọ̀ pa orí dání wọn. Ayé ò fẹ́ ní ìfọ̀rọ̀ orí ẹni ní pé kó yẹ ni. You gotta be strong cause the world is a battlefield. Òjò láyé ó gbé ní lọ bá ò bá mọ̀ wẹ̀. Má ṣe làlà òtọ́ láì bá dé. Stress of ìdákùn ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ilé ayé ogun ni ó gbọ̀gbọ́n. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Kíbi tí ẹ là tẹ́lẹ̀ ayé. Kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlàmọ̀. A ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ṣé rántí a ò mẹ́rin ìjọba ẹ̀wẹ̀kú ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀. Àwọn lọ́tẹ̀ ni wọ́n dìde wọn lájànà kó lè rínú gbọ́gbé. Àṣenìtàn bá ní ìdàrú ṣálọ̀ máa ráyé. Àwọ̀ fẹ́lẹ́ bòónù kò já àríkùn má ṣe bí. You gotta be wise to survive and keep your sanity. Ọjà ọ̀dájú ní ilé ayé o ní láti mọ̀ ọ́n rà. Àyàgbé ọ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ tó bá ti lówó ọ̀yàn òun ló wà lọ́jọ́ ogún dé. Ọwọ́ epo láyé ńlá wọ́n kì í lọ jẹ̀jẹ̀. Ara lámọ̀ á ò mọ́nú ẹni ayé yẹ kó rọra ṣe ṣọ́ra ṣọ́ra. Ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ o. Tíbi tirẹ̀ la tẹ́lẹ̀ ayé. Kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ o. Inú ẹni ṣàlàmọ̀. A ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn owó láyé gbà rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tirẹ̀ la tẹ́lẹ̀ ayé. Kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ilẹ̀kùn bá jẹ́ ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlàmọ̀. A ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ṣe ń tí a wà tẹ́lẹ̀ ayé. Àgbà tó ti ti tó wọ̀ ńlá yòókù lọ́gbọ́n. Ó jẹ́ ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlàmọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ikú pàlà mi tí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹ lọ́lọ́gbà ògiri. Àgbèrè tó wọ́n ti fi gbogbo bàjọ́ra ìmọ́lẹ̀. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi lọ́kọ̀ sí ikú. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlàmọ̀.
Yes, good evening, my people. It's a pleasure to have you on another special edition of the Jagba Jantis Show. Thank you for joining me tonight. I welcome you specially, and wherever you are connecting from. It's been a hectic week. It's been really busy for me on this end. I hope it's not the case with you, my friends out there. I hope you had a fantastic week. And you're ready to rock and roll the weekend. To my UK family, mo kí yín o, ẹ kú ọ̀rọ̀ mọ̀mọ́ o. Mọ̀mọ́ ti lọ o. Mọ̀mọ́ ti lọ o. Ẹ̀yin mọ̀mọ́ ò dá o. Gbogbo bí ètò bá dẹ̀ ṣe máa jẹ́, àwọn planning committee wọ́n máa jẹ́ kí a máa gbọ́. Right, let me give shout out to my special people on the show, those who have indicated their presence on the show tonight. And before I do that, let me greet those who will not do it, the silent listeners. I greet you specially. Ọlọ́run mọ̀ yín o, bẹ́mi ò tiẹ̀ mọ̀ yín. Thank you for always turning up to hear whatever I have to say. I don't take you for granted. I appreciate you very, very well. People on YouTube, people on Twitter, and those of you on Facebook. And likewise, those who would have loved to be part of this live broadcast, but maybe due to work schedules or some other things, would have to settle for the recorded version of the show. I greet you as well. So anytime you are watching this, Mokinyo, big salute. And to my wonderful people, àwọn èèyàn mi tó yẹ pé tí n bá wẹ̀yìn báyìí, then dey there. I greet you specially. Ẹ̀gbọ́n, mo kí yín o, ẹ kálẹ́. Thank you very much for your support, for your love, for everything. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you for joining me as well tonight. And my big aunt, Erelu Fatoba, mo kí yín o, ẹ kálẹ́. Ẹ kú àtàárọ̀, ṣé ò rẹ́ra o? Thank you for always turning up. Thank you for being there. Ojú òní tì yín o. Thank you very much for coming. And my D-Law, my namesake, Oluwaseun Michael Adeyan. I greet you specially. Nama Yubi, thank you for always turning up. Thank you for your support all the time. God bless you. Mo kí ẹ ọmọ ìyá mi, Ẹ̀bùn, ṣó wà pa o. Báwo mo ṣe máa kí ẹ gan? Anyway, àti kíra, àti ríra, àti ṣe everything lénìí. So, but anyway, thank you for joining me as well. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Please, as you are coming in, help me share this on your platform. Help me invite somebody to connect, like we always do. It doesn't cost you anything, to just press that share button, or to, just share it to your storyline. Somebody will see it, and then, wọ́n á tiẹ̀ gbórí wọlé pé ẹ ti ẹ̀já, ẹja wo nǹkan tí wọ́n ń sọ ń bì. And who knows? Ó lè jẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tán bá mi tí mò ń sọ ló máa hook wọn, tó máa choke wọn, tó máa dè wọ́n mọ́lẹ̀ tí wọ́n ò ní lè lọ mọ́. And it might be that word that they have been, waiting for. It might be that liberating moment for them. So you don't know whose life you might be saving by just spreading the word. Please help me do that. Àbádẹ́ ṣe ń ṣe show lọ náà, tẹ́ bá ń gbádùn àwọn nǹkan tí mò ń jùlẹ̀, press the share button, press the love button, press the like button. Make the show interactive. Just keep it buzzing. So yeah, that's it. For those who will be listening for the first time, this is Jagbajanti Show, where we talk nonsense. We weave sense into what you consider as norm. We try to shift your mindset. We try to make you to look at what you've always known, or what you've always seen, the picture you're used to looking at. We try to make you look at it differently, see it from another perspective, notice some features that you haven't even considered that they were there. That's what we do here. We try to shift your mindset. We try to unsettle your mindset. And the purpose is just to make you a better version of yourself. Because I strongly believe that if people know better, they will do better. You know, it's my desire that people will check everything that they've known before, or that was passed down to them by their parent or grandparent or generations before them, would like scrutinize these things and check them out. How did this thing come about? Who introduced it? For what purpose? That is how you grow. That is how you can liberate yourself from the shackles of um, social conditioning. And that is my goal. Because it is only when you are free, it is only when you take responsibility for your life, it's only when you become, or when you be in charge of yourself, that you can actually live a fulfilling life. As long as you are dogmatic, as long as you live according to the dictate and precept of some other people, not minding whether those things does not add value to your life, you will never reach the peak of your existence. So this is what this platform is all about, to ginger you, to 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 awaken you to yourself, to make you realize that you are more than how you see yourself. There's more to you than what you think. Where you don't see limits, where you don't see barriers, where you don't, you know, see yourself um, as somebody of no value or importance. We try to bring you back to 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 your level, where you should, or where, or how you are originally created to be. And it's not an easy task to achieve, because it's hard to make people drop what they are used to. People love um, their familiar pain, rather than, trying to um, trying to change things and explore possibilities out there for them. No, they rather, enjoy their familiar pain. So this is what we try to change, but we lack that power to change people. So the limit of my competence is just to influence you towards that path of change. I can't change anyone. It's beyond my scope, but I can influence you. I can make you, I can awaken that sleeping giant inside of you. I can get you upset. I can get you angry within yourself, and make you to want to, shake up that shackles that is holding you bound, and, just move. And once you succeed in taking one step, trust me, you want to take another, and you want to take another. And before you know it, you're running. You're running, you know. So that's the purpose of the show. So far so good, I think. I'm still making sense. The day I feel that I'm no longer making sense, then this platform will cease to exist. So until then, um, I will continue, and hopefully I will always um, see you lovely people come around for us to discuss. Right. Tonight, what do I have for us? Quickly, let's get into it. Tonight, I want us to consider a topic that I titled Being Alone versus Loneliness, or being alone versus being lonely, right? Um, what I have realized is that oftentimes we tend to confuse these two terms. Sometimes we use them interchangeably. Sometimes we um, relate to them as if they mean the same thing, um, but they're two different things. So I want us to consider this and see where they differ. Um, if there's any similarities amongst them, we will look at it, see what benefits are in either of them, and see how we can help people who are either suffering from um, in the state of any of these two things, and see how you know they can get help, and that's it. So I just want you to relax and flow with me, be in the spirit. I want you to keep the comment section busy with questions, with comments, with contributions, with things you don't agree with that you hear me say. Just pump it there. I will keep an eye on it and try to pick up um, as many interesting comments I find on that space. Right. So let's start from looking at these terms, what they mean, and then build it up from there. So um, when we say being alone and being lonely, they're two different things. So being alone is a state, mainly a physical state, where you are in a place all by yourself alone. That is, there are no people around you. It is only you in that environment. You are physically by yourself. That is simply what being alone means. Physically, you are the only person in that environment, all by yourself. While being lonely, it's a feeling, emotional feeling, emotional state of mind, where not only do you feel alone, you also feel disconnected from people around you. So technically, being lonely doesn't mean you are the only person in that physical environment. So It can be a state of mind where there are people around you. You're surrounded by people, friends, family, work colleagues, you know, but you don't feel connected. You feel detached from people that are around you. So you can be alone all by yourself in a place and not feel lonely. While you can be in the midst of people, surrounded by people, and still feel lonely. Tá dàbí pé wọ́n nìkan ló wà ńbẹ̀, o ò léèyàn láyìíká ẹ̀. Now, being alone, that is just all by yourself, it's not a bad thing because some people are like that. They are alone and yet they don't feel lonely. Wọ́n dá wà á dẹ̀ dàbí pé èèyàn púpọ̀ ló yí wọn ká. Táwọn èèyàn kan á tún máa sọ fún wọn pé ìwọ nìkan ó ṣáà máa déjú mọ́lé ní gbogbo ìgbà ìgbà kan mẹ́rin. But they don't feel like they are missing nothing. Meanwhile, some people are always, buzzing. People are here, people are there around them. They're always like in the social circle. They have friends, family. Things are always happening around them, but they're still unhappy. They still feel disconnected. They still feel detached. They still feel, just like kò tẹ̀ séèyàn láyìíká wọn. The difference is in the state of mind. We can be perfectly happy all by ourselves. And in fact, the benefit of being alone is so great. And one of the glories of being alone is that solitude you enjoy. And in solitude is when the mind gains strength. That is when the mind learns to lean on itself. Now, why is it that some people enjoy being alone and some people, despite being surrounded by people, still feel alone, still feel lonely? People are quick to point fingers at others. Yes, it's perfectly understandable because as human, we're social beings, social animals. We thrive we thrive mostly or majorly by interacting with others. So, and that's why you think when you feel lonely, you think it's caused by other people. And quickly they suggest to you to go out and interact, find new people, do this, do that, do that. But it's deeper than that. The problem to loneliness starts from within. Loneliness does not start from not having people around you. It starts from within yourself. If you constantly enjoy being alone, it shows that you have um, a good inner life and you can't get lonely. It shows that you have a healthy relationship with yourself. But many people, they try to avoid having that alone time with themselves. Constantly, they depend on having people around them. And that might be a sign that you need to work on your own personal relationship with yourself. You need to be at tune, at harmony with yourself before others can be able to relate with you. When you don't understand who you are, how can other people understand you? When you can't connect with yourself, how can you connect with other people? When you don't even know yourself to be able to express who you are, how can people understand you and connect with you in the right way? So everything starts from within you. It's easy to say it's your circle, it's the people around you, it's the family that's by. It's easy to say that. It's convenient to say that. But that is not the whole picture. And that is not the truth. That's not the entire truth. Loneliness starts from the feeling, the inner feeling that you don't even understand yourself, that you are not true to yourself, that you don't know who you are, what you want. And when you are in this state of mind, it's difficult for other people to see who you truly are and to understand you and to interact with you. When you don't understand who you are, when you are scared of having personal moment with yourself, it it's a pointer to the fact that you need to work on your self-esteem, because oftentimes you will be craving for people's acceptance. You'll be forcing people to, accept you. You constantly be needing validation of other people to tell you that you look like this, to tell you that you are brilliant, to tell you that you constantly need your ego to be massaged. You constantly need to hear other people to make you feel that yes, you're truly beautiful, you're truly smart, and you're truly doing well. And so once you don't hear things like that from other people, then you sink into yourself and you sink into that state of loneliness. So you need, first and foremost, to work on yourself. You cannot continue to avoid personal relationship with yourself. Before you can enjoy the relationship of other people, you must enjoy your own company. You must enjoy being alone. You must enjoy solitude, because it is in that moment that your mind gains strength. And by that time you step out, you'll be better understood, and you can connect with the right kind of people, because your mind knows who to attract itself to. Still looking at um, the reasons that we need to fix up within. Before we talk about, the social aspect, I want us to look at ourselves first. The second thing I want us to consider is making peace with your past. As long as you're running away from your past, you will always avoid having personal relationship with yourself, which is the bedrock of loneliness. No, embrace your past. Find closure to issues that have happened in your past. You can't continue to run away from them. You need to settle with your past. It is then that you'll be in that good space in your inner life. It is then you can create that space for yourself where loneliness does not exist. Many people are running away from their past. Many people do not want to accept or come to terms with certain realities that they are dealing with. So they fill it up or try to distract themselves by, finding people who they can lean on. Oftentimes, you will be misunderstood because your emotions is all over the place. One moment you are cold, one moment you are hot. They don't understand you. And then you think they are the problem and not you. So, my focus is on loneliness because that is That is um, that is what I consider to be a big issue. Being alone, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. Like I said earlier, when you enjoy being alone, it's a good thing. And it shows clearly that you have a good inner life. So being alone is not a problem. My focus is on loneliness. Why you can be in the midst of people, surrounded by a lot of people, and you still feel disconnected, you still feel detached, you still feel that you don't have people around you. So you must work with yourself. It starts from within. When you are at peace with yourself, it's only at that time that you can transmit that inner peace. It's only then that that inner peace can radiate in the outside of you, and you'll be able to connect with people, and people will be able to connect with you. Loneliness is different from being alone, because one is a physical state where you are just all by yourself, nobody's around you, which is absolutely fine. Some people choose to live like that, and many people choose to live like that don't feel lonely because they enjoy their own company. But we have people who crave for, you know, interaction with other people, who lean heavily on other people, yet still feel not wanted, still feel rejected, still feel bitter, still feel all alone. So I am saying it's convenient to think it is those people that are bad or unreliable or they don't get you or this or that. But the truth is that you need to start from within. Connect with yourself first. Know who you are. Be at peace with yourself. Get to the level where you can be alone all by yourself. You enjoy your company. You don't run away from yourself. And you don't feel lonely. When you are at that state, it will be easy for people to see who you are, to connect with you appropriately. Also, it will be easy for you to connect with the right people, because at that moment, your mind is sharp. You have clarity of purpose, you have clarity of vision, you have clarity of thought, you have clarity of your being, of your existence. These are some of the things that being alone in solitude reveals to you. So, and then I mentioned making peace with your past. Find closure. Accept things that you can't find um, answers to. Heal wounds. Close chapters that you've gone past and moved to other things. Pour out the bitterness in your heart. Seek out people that you need to, resolve certain things with. It's only at that moment that you will not continue to run away from yourself. And another thing is, you need to practice self-care. If you lack self-care, it will be difficult for you to enjoy your own company, because you'll be needy. And you would think those needs should be met by other people. I used to joke, pé look, báwo lèèyàn kàn ṣe máa ra ẹja àti dòdò nìkan fún ẹ tó dẹ̀ fi hàn pé ìyẹn it's enough láti gba pátá díẹ̀ as ọmọ sisi. Ìyẹn tàbùkù ẹ díẹ̀. Dòdò àtẹja. Ìwọ gan lè gbéra ẹ jáde, múra all by yourself. Gbé Uber, gba restaurant lọ, mówó jáde nínú pọ́ọ̀sì ara ẹ, ogún ẹ tó ṣiṣẹ́ fún. Ìwọ náà ra ẹja àti dòdò yẹn fúnra ẹ. Bèrè ọdẹ́kù kan tó yẹ pé ó tutù mortuary standard, bèrè ẹ̀. Kó o jókòó kí ìwọ náà tọ́jú ara ẹ. All the time Dèjì wá gbé mi jáde, kí ló dẹ̀ ń gbé ẹ jáde lọ náà? Wọ́n á kàn gbé ẹ lọ ra kìnnìkan next thing. Wọ́n á ní o bọ́ pátá. Wàá later máa sọ pé men has come. Kankan tọkàn mọ̀ náà nìyẹn, kìnnìkan náà nìyẹn. You just feel lonely. Everybody is just there to take advantage of you. Ìjọ kankan mẹ́. Torí wọ́n gan practice self-care. Ìwọ gan ò mọ̀ pé wọ́n gan lè tọ́jú ara ẹ̀. Without needing other people to do that for you. Ìwọ gan lè gbádùn ara ẹ̀. You can book holiday by yourself. Take time off and go alone. Kì í ṣe all the time ni wàá máa tẹ̀lé èèyàn kan kiri àbí èèyàn kan tẹ̀lé ẹ kiri. You can create moment for yourself that you enjoy. Irú bó ṣe envision pé èèyàn kan máa treat ẹ̀yàn, ìwọ gan treat ara ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀. And then see whether that state of loneliness will still exist in your life. So that's that about, your personal self. Like I said, it's in two parts. But you must first deal with yourself first before stepping out to deal with the social aspect of this situation. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n wo comment section. I think comments are rolling in. Thank you for those who have been dropping comments. Èèyàn pàtàkì mo gbà lálejò lálẹ́ yìí o. Wọ́n kàn tí ẹ̀ tún wá lásán, wọ́n tẹ̀ tún wá sọ̀rọ̀. Ladies and gentlemen, ẹ bá mi kí bàbá ẹlẹ́ja worldwide. Kò sí irú ẹja náà tẹ́ fẹ́ jẹ láyé tí wọ́n ní. Shark, whale, ọ̀bọ̀kún, tilapia, ẹja ọsàn, koté, ṣáwá. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ àwọn eléyìí ìpíà, tilapia, ẹ gbàgbé. Ẹja làwọn eléyìí. I greet you, sir. Alàgbà Olóyè Nurudeen Toba Tiamiyu. Thank you for joining me tonight, sir. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. Àwa ọ̀rẹ́ ẹja jẹ́ ń bí o. Ẹja jẹ́ ń bí o. Tẹ̀bá dẹ̀ fíìmù pó wà òkè bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọlọ́run mọ̀ bó ṣe ń ṣèdájọ́ everybody. Èrè tó bá tọ́ sí yín, ó máa ṣe fún yín. Ẹja tí Jésù fi bọ́ 3,000 people yẹn, àwọn ni wọ́n provide ẹ̀ fún ọmọ yẹn. Ẹ ṣáà mọ̀ 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes yẹn. Àwọn ni wọ́n sáré rọ́ọ̀sì ẹja yẹn jáde. Ẹja tí Peter fi mú tó ti yọ owó lẹ́nu ẹ̀ náà tó fi sanwó orí, gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ò ṣe ẹ̀yìn wọn. Abẹ́ ẹlẹ́ja. Yes, he dropped a lovely comment here. He says, being alone is a choice really compared to being lonely, where you are with people but detached from everything. I love being alone sometimes, but loneliness can be scary and plays on one's mind. Yes, and I think what I've explained so far adds more details to your comment. So thank you very much for that. Shoops, mo kí ẹ o. Mr. Smash the button. Ṣé wọ́n smash ẹ ṣá? Gbogbo bí ìgbẹ́ ni mi ò rí nǹkan kan tán smash o. Well, thank you very much for reminding them all the time. Evangelist Taiwo Ọbátúnsìn, mo kí yín o. Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ ìyìn rere náà. Ọlọ́run á pín yín lérè. How's your week been, my brother? Thank you for connecting tonight. Yes, my sister Debisi Brown. Àwọn ọ̀mọ̀wé nìyẹn. Thank you for joining tonight. Let me read our comment. Being alone can be intentional, most especially when you don't align with people around you. Sometimes too many people around can derail or get you distracted. Being lonely is an emotional issue when others don't meet your needs at a particular time or period. It's deeper than physical contact. Thank you very much for that insightful comment. You're absolutely correct. And I think your comment aligns with everything I've discussed so far. Fada, mo kí yín púpọ̀. Ẹ má bínú, mo miss call yín o. Ọwọ́ mi dí ní time yẹn ni. And because of the time difference, by me, I get confused when is the best time to call you and stuff like that. But lágbára Ọlọ́run, this weekend, ẹ máa gbúrò mi. God bless you, my brother Ayọ̀délé Ọ̀nàṣèlú, for connecting tonight. Yeah, my brother Gabriel Oluwatosin, thank you for joining me tonight. Gbogbo ilé ńkọ́ o àti madam, ẹ kú gbádùn. And brother says, Ratawo says, enjoy yourself, one life. Yes, you must practice self-care. Treat yourself nice, and don't put that responsibility on other people. My sis, BCROs, àwọn èèyàn gidi nìyẹn. Àwọn èèyàn gidi. I have to come to Facebook to be able to get your comment. Àwa náà fẹ́ jẹja. Ẹja póríṣiríṣi o, ẹ láì tẹ́ fẹ́ jẹ o, ẹ sọ species ẹja tẹ́ fẹ́ jẹ o. Talk talk about being an extroverted introvert. Yeah, too key, you know. And you are smashing the love button. Okay, great, great, great. Being alone does not equate to being lonely. Yes, yes, you can be alone and not feel lonely. And you can be in the midst of people, surrounded by people, and you are still lonely. Beloli, Omologo 1 terabyte. Show wow. Good to have you on the show tonight. God bless you for joining me tonight. Right. So now let's look at the other part of why people can be in the midst of people and still be lonely. So we've looked at, the personal side of things, because that's where it starts from. But as we are social beings, we can't ignore the social aspect that contributes towards that state of loneliness. And one of the points I have here is many people build walls and not bridges. So what I find common, what I find very, very rampant among people is that they don't know how to sustain relationships. Wọ́n ní tá bá ń jà bíi ti ká kúkọ́. But that is what some people believe in. When they have issues with you, they destroy relationships. They don't know how to focus on the issue in contention and let that be the only differences that they have to, deal with. No, wọ́n máa fọ́ gbogbo nǹkan pátápátá. And when you keep doing that, eléyìí ṣe ọmọ block, tọ̀hún ṣe ọmọ block, tọ̀hún ṣe ọmọ block. Quickly you realize that you have fenced up yourself. Ó ti ń dágbáyé. You built walls around yourself. And people can't reach you. You can't reach people. And yet, issue yẹn resolve well. No closure. And you are in that state of bitterness, in that state of anger, all by yourself, in the walls you've built around yourself. You will be lonely. That people have had issues with, but I focus on in tó far issue láàrin wa. Ìyẹn la máa yanjú, ìyẹn la máa resolve, ìyẹn la tá bá resolve, ìyẹn la máa. But kì í ṣe pé kí n rẹ́ni náà kí n sọ pé láyé if n bá ti rí bá àfi kó gba bòmí o. I don't think I have anybody I'm dealing with like that. No. I focus on issues. I don't destroy relationships. Because ọmọ burúkú lọ́jọ́ tiẹ̀. Nobody's entirely bad. Nobody's entirely good. Gbogbo wa la níbi tá a fi sí. So ń péyàn kan hùwà sí ẹ bákan ní bákan yẹn, that's not the entirety of that person. Aspect yẹn alone does not define the entirety of that person. I mean, I'm talking for myself. So màá kàn wò pé okay, ní eré ayé o, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ṣe rí rẹ̀. So tí nǹkan bá máa pa èmi àtẹni pọ̀, in this aspect again, This is how I will approach it. But ẹni yẹn ò fúnra ẹ̀ o, connection ṣì wà láàrin wa such that mi ò mọ rí mi tó sì lè tọ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀ ṣàn wá. And I have people like that despite our differences and issues ta ní, I resolve yẹn bákan bá a ṣe lè resolve ẹ̀. Mo find closure mo ṣe find closure. And they have been beneficial to me so far after the incident. Èmi náà dẹ̀ ti ṣoore míì fún wọn lẹ́yìn ìgbà yẹn. But tí n bá mọ blọ́ọ̀kì yìí gbogbo èèyàn ká all the time, èmi gan prisoner. Màá máa dágbénu ahéré tí mo kọ́ fúnra mi. Yet gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yanjú ẹ̀. I'm still bitter. I'm still angry in the prison walls I've built around myself. I've allowed my mind to imprison me. I've jailed myself. So you need to understand how to manage crisis with people. You need to understand how not to break bridges, mend it tó bá tiẹ̀ fẹ́ já. Ìwà téèyàn bá fi hàn ẹ́ aspect yẹn ni kó focus lé lórí, kó dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé okay nínú situation yìí ò bẹ́ni ìṣeré rẹ̀. So tó bá máa pa ẹ̀mí àtẹni ẹ̀ pọ̀, báyìí mo ṣe máa protect ara mi. Or kó jẹ́ pé owó ò ní pa ẹ̀mí àti ẹ̀ pọ̀ mọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n other things ṣì wà. Money is just one aspect. Mi ò kàn ní fowó fi bá ṣeré mọ́ ni. Mi ò kàn ní fowó fi dà pọ̀ mọ́ ni. Mi ò kàn ní fowó ránṣẹ́ mọ́ ni. Ṣùgbọ́n ó sì lè wúlò in other aspect. Ire sì lè tọ́jú ẹ̀ wá sọ́dọ̀ ọ̀wọ́ náà. So that is just one aspect of it. Another reason why some people are lonely despite having people around them is that some people are just surrounded by the wrong people. They're just surrounded by the wrong people. And this, I can still link this back to them not understanding who they are. Because many people who are on a journey pick those who have reached their destinations as their journey mates. Ìwọ tó ṣe rìnrìn àjò, ó wá mú ẹni tó ti débi tó ń lọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí olùbánirìnrìn àjò. Ó ní lọ́bi kankan. But when you understand yourself, when your inner life is peaceful, when your mind is strong and sharp, when you know who you are, when you have clarity of vision and purpose and destination, you will be able to pick the right people. That state of clarity that you have with yourself will guide you in knowing the right people to surround yourself with. People that you can connect with. So that's why I say these things are linked. Bó jẹ́ èèyàn kan wàá rí. Wọ́n ní kéyín kún ẹnu kọ́ ló ṣàǹfààní. Bó bá jẹ́ méjì ni kó lè wo eegun. It's not about having large circle. It's about having a small but quality circle around you. And it's only when you know yourself and you are true to yourself that you'll be able to, pick these quality people to be in your circle. And there will be reliable people. There will be people that you connect with and that connect with you as well. So people who are surrounded by the wrong people might start from, checking themselves again. Ibi téèyàn ti máa fa okùn yẹn wá nìyẹn. This is where you trace, the rope from. It's not just, jẹ́ kí n jẹ́ ń dà wọ́n eléyìí nù kí n tún ṣàwọn míì. On what basis are you ṣàwọn? Kí ló fi ń measure tó fi ń mú wọn? Kí ló fi ń wò wọ́n? Merit wo ló fi ń pick wọn? Kí ló ń consider tó fi ń feel pé they are worth to be around you? Scale wo ló ń gbé wọn lé lórí? If you don't know all these things, try error life wàá kàn máa gbé. Until they show you their color, okay, mo drop ẹ̀ kì í ṣe lè. Ọjọ́ wo ló fẹ́ ṣe yẹn dà? When you can work things from within. Understand who you are, understand yourself, know where you're going, be at peace with yourself, and then carefully, these things will guide you in picking the right people to surround you. Wọ́n ní láti pọ̀. Wọ́n kàn láti get people that you can connect with. And people that connect with you as well. And then another point I have here is that many people have unrealistic expectations. Unrealistic expectations. When all the time you expect people to do this for you, you expect this to be there for you, you expect this to be do. Expectations will make you feel unloved, uncared for, will make you feel, no, kò sẹ́ni tó rán ẹ. Tẹ́ bá ń wá èèyàn tó ń gbé life of zero expectation, ẹ wá mú mi. I don't expect nothing from people, from nobody. So you can't disappoint me. Tó bá ṣe fún mi, bonus ni. Màá dẹ̀ appreciate ẹ. Tó bá dẹ̀ ṣe, mi ò lè bá ẹ jà. Because mi ì retí ẹ̀. But that doesn't mean I will feel I'm not loved, I'm not, nobody care for me. Torí mi gan fúnra mi, mo care fúnra mi. Ìfúnra mi need validation èèyàn. Láti tó mọ̀ wípé báyìí ni mo jẹ́. I don't rely on people to massage my ego, to tell me this, to tell me that before I feel loved. No. I know who I am. Mo tí mo kù sí, mo tí mi kù sí. And I live my life based on, first of all, I start on my planning based on resources tí mo ní. Because I've realized that the more people you involve in your plan láti ṣe nǹkan, the higher risk you are creating for that thing to fail. Because expectation máa wà. Àwọn tó involve náà, àwọn náà ní issue títí wọn here and there tó ń láti gbọ́. So when they don't meet your expectation, it throws you off. When they are not available when you need them, it throws you off. When you have to wait for them to turn up to do this, when you have to, a whole lot of things will not happen. So all I do is I plan things. I start with the resources I have available to me. When I want to create a concept, I think 0 people. So that set my mind to think of how I can create a concept that involves only me from start to finish. Along the line, if helping hands comes in, all well and good. But the moment that you rely heavily on people, the moment that you feel that you ought to be served, to need that entitlement mentality. When people don't turn up, when your expectations are not met, how do I pay one nìkan ló dá wà láyé ni? And many people, when they are doing good for other people, they do it with the mindset that wọ́n ṣe padà fáwọn. But oftentimes kì í rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Gbogbo wọn ni mo bá ṣe nǹkan ó di tèmi wọn wá. Ẹni báyìí mo ṣe nǹkan fún nígbà tó di tèmi kò lè ṣe fún mi. Look, you must do good because good has to be done. Not because that person will do the good back to you. Tí o bá wá ṣe ńkọ́, àwa ní gbogbo wọn ni mo sìn, mi ò tiẹ̀ rí èèyàn sìn mí, èmi nìkan ló kù láyé, èmi kan mò ń ṣe kíní kan bẹ́ẹ̀. So you slip into that feeling of loneliness, that feeling of emptiness, that feeling of detachment, that feeling of, nobody loves you, nobody cares for you. O lè ṣoore fún yàn láì retí nǹkan kan in return. So if they turn up, all well and good. If they don't turn up, all well and good. Your joy rests in the fact that you are in a position to serve other people. So I know some of these things you are hearing might sound like alọ̀gbẹ́ni gan, kí ló ń wí gan, but bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́ kẹ́ gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́ má gbà, bó ṣe rí mò ń sọ yẹn. And I'm not here to tell you things tèmi gan ò put into practice. Mi ò wá ta oògùn tí ò ṣiṣẹ́ fèmi gan fún yín. These are things I figured out these are things I put into use myself. And if it had worked for me, if it's helping me to, to advance my life, if it's helping me to have inner peace, yeah, then I believe I should share it. It's a principle that can work for everyone. You know, so you must. I won't say lower your expectation, but if you start from that, it's good. But me, okay, zero expectation. If anything comes, it's a bonus. Mi ì dẹ̀ ń ṣe nǹkan fún èèyàn torí pé mo fẹ́ gbà padà. Ó bù mí láti ṣe ni. And I take joy, I feel fulfilled in doing it. Ó dẹ̀ parí síbẹ̀ nìyẹn. Kò ń ṣe dandan kó jẹ́ pé lọ́jọ́ tèmi náà bá nílò ìrànlọ́wọ́ ọwọ́ ẹni yẹn ni ìrànlọ́wọ́ yẹn ti máa padà wá. Ìrànlọ́wọ́ yẹn lè wà lọ́wọ́ ẹlòmíì. Ìta fi sí mi lọ́wọ́ láti ṣe fún ẹni yẹn mo ṣe yẹn. Àwọn tá ṣàánú tèmi náà àti fi sí wọn lọ́wọ́. That's how I see life. So I don't feel disappointed ní pé a lọ ṣíṣe wọn wá di tiwa wọn wá ṣíṣe tiwa. Wọn wá náà nìyẹn. Ó wù mí láti lọ tiwọn. Mi ò like ṣíṣe by the way anyway, so you know. So I think this topic is a bit close to me because I enjoy being alone. He gives me time to reflect. It gives me time to think. It helps me, to put things into perspective. Sorry. So I also feel comfortable in the midst of people, but I can easily get bored. So yeah, that's it really. But to drive the point home, to gather my thought, to summarize, my message for you this evening is that being alone is not a bad thing. Rather, it's good, and it's something everyone should aim to practice. You should work on having a good inner life so that you can be comfortable with yourself. It's only then that you can exude that inner beauty in your outward self. Now the right people will connect with. So, and to work on your state of loneliness, it starts from within. You have to work on having personal relationship with yourself. Don't run away from yourself. Enjoy being alone with yourself. Make peace with your past. Settle what needs to be settled. Accept what needs to be accepted. Find closure where necessary. Enjoy solitude. It's beautiful. Connect with yourself. Immerse yourself with your surroundings. Practice self-care. Treat yourself well. Care for yourself. And then you can now extend this externally in your relationship with or interaction with other people by managing crisis, managing, you know, issues with people. Try to resolve issues. Bring clarity to issue. Let there be closure. Stop building blocks around yourself in that state of unhappiness and sadness. Ara ló ń ṣe òṣè anybody. Let your inner mind tó ti sharpen, tó ti mọ ibi tó ń lọ yẹn, let it be the one to now guide you in picking people that you surround yourself with. Need èrò, èèyàn ló need. Need èrò. You don't need crowd, you need people. Èèyàn ló need, kì í ṣèrò. And then manage your expectations. Take yourself out of that entitlement mindset. They have to do this for me. They have to do that for me. I deserve this. I deserve that. No. If they do those things, all well and good, be happy is a bonus. If they don't, you can do them for yourself. If you're doing things for people, do it because you want to do it. And do it because it's what you should do or what ought to be done. It's the right thing that ought to be done. And let that be your joy. Jẹ́jẹ̀jẹ́ kó tán síbẹ̀. Má ṣe tó wá lóṣù síbi kan kó máa retí. Nǹkan gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe padà fún wọn náà. Because if they don't, then you start feeling unloved, which is that feeling that you get when you have people around you and yet you feel detached, you feel not connected to them. Always remember, in solitude, the mind gains strength. And it is in that state that it learns to lean on itself. If you have a good inner life, you don't get lonely. So check within you. That it's all I have to say tonight. Let me quickly check through the comment section again and see if I have a comment I can run. Erelu says sometimes experience makes us stand alone. Yes, of course. That's why I mentioned our past. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Báwo la ṣe contribute sí? Kí ni mo lè ṣe going forward? There's nothing bad in standing alone, but have you resolved those issues? Are you standing alone with your inner peace intact, or you are standing alone in anger and bitterness? That's the question. Some of us build walls so people will not hurt us. Well, it's convenient, but we're not built to live in isolation. Somehow you still interact. When you build walls, it's an indication that you don't want to be reached and you don't want to reach other people. So you are like in a prison cell. You're surrounded by walls. No one sees you, you don't see nobody. Because walls are not see-through. So if there's danger out there, how do people reach you to warn you? The walls you've built around yourself will prevent them from doing that. If there are good out there that they should pass on to you or alert you to partake in, how do they reach you? Because you've built walls around yourself that prevent them from coming near you. If you need help, how do you reach people? The walls you've built around you will prevent people from doing that. Will prevent you from reaching people. You scream, they can't hear you. You cry for help, they can't hear you. Yes, convenient to build walls and detach ourselves from people because of our past hurt and experiences and all that. That is perfectly normal. That's what people do. It's convenient, it's easy, but that doesn't resolve anything because we are in that walls still unhappy, sad, bitter, angry. Atẹ́gùn gan ò fẹ́ sí èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀. A lot of things ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ń ta téèyàn rí because èèyàn ti box ara ẹ̀ up. Yet ariwo wà yíká gbogbo walls yẹn, which show that you are not alone in that environment, but yet you feel lonely. But you can be alone and not be lonely because you have inner peace as a result of, facing your past and resolving anything in your past, finding closure to things, and you're at peace. So, thank you very much for that comment, Erilu. Okay, so I think there are no other comments that I have missed. Okay, so in the next 5 minutes, if I have anyone that wants to join me in the studio to probably make some contributions, I will leave the next 5 minutes for us to do that. Otherwise, I will close the show. So in the next 5 minutes, that is the link I've put out there. Please just click on it. Fill in your name, turn off your camera, connect your microphone or headset or whatever you're using, and you will join me in the studio. I will see you at the back end and I'll be able to bring you on. If nobody takes that opportunity within the next 4 minutes now, then I will be bringing the show to a close because that will make it an hour and a half that we've kicked off the show. If I try anything, láti keep 1 hour or 1.5 hours, It might extend though because I want strong topic kan wà tó jẹ́ pé ó máa nira díẹ̀, but there are some tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n máa key, but one can hit those points, you know, kia bẹ́ẹ̀. So that's the link. If you want to join me in the studio to make a contribution, to ask questions, to disagree with what you heard, or you are free to do that. I greet you, Bimbola Wotunde Akinyebo. Thank you very much for connecting tonight. I greet you, Prince Mosi Damlari Anifowoshe. How you doing, my brother? And how is your wife and kid? Àwọn wo ni ẹ̀mí tún sọ fún mi pé ó wà lórí show? Signal yẹn ò fẹ́ clear díẹ̀díẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n bí a ṣe ń là mí lójú tí mò ń rí wọn díẹ̀díẹ̀ náà ni mò ń mention ẹ̀yẹn. Yeah, I greet you, ma. Yẹmi Adéọlá, ẹ káalẹ́ o, ṣé wà dáadáa o. Mo kí yín o, ẹ káalẹ́ o. Fọlákẹ́ Fájìbítáyọ̀, mo kí yín púpọ̀ púpọ̀. Comrade Wale, mo kí yín o. Àwọn wo ló tún wà ńbẹ̀? Mo kí yín o, alàgbà Báyọ̀ Yẹní. Thank you very much for connecting. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. I greet you, my sister Adenike Joda Yanobo. Thank you very much also for connecting. I greet you, my sister Queen Temitope Oluwa. Thank you very much also for joining me on the show. Àwọn yòókù tí ó bá tún wà tá a dárúkọ, signal yẹn ló dàrú, ló ṣe bálabàla. Signal mi ni mò ń sọ. Right, ó dà pé kò sẹ́nikẹ́ni tí ó fẹ́ wọlé. Yeah, that's fine. Ìta sọ yìí náà, I'll leave you to go and think about it. Like I always say, I don't speak in absolute. So everything you hear from me concerning a particular topic, it's not all that can be said on that topic. Ìwọ̀nba tí mo mọ̀, ìwọ̀nba tí mo rí, òun ni mo sọ yẹn. There's still a lot more that can be added. There's still a lot more that can be arguably deducted from it. So ìtẹ́ ti gbọ́ yìí náà, ẹ lọ expand. But like I always say as well, don't take my word for it. Anything you hear from here, don't take it. Don't just take it. Ẹ gbọ́, kẹ́yìn náà wá lọ research lé lórí, àbí kẹ́ lọ check out whether rubbish ni mo sọ àbí ọgbọ́n wà nù ẹ̀. And then take your journey up from there. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ lálẹ́. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me. I appreciate your presence, and I hope I've been able to use your time wisely, and I've been able to exchange your time with some values. If that is the case, I expect to see you again next week, Friday, for another interesting discussion. God bless you and have a wonderful weekend. Udaro.
Ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ síbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́, inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ká ṣe bí ẹni kú, káwọ́ ẹni tí ó ṣe dàrú ẹni. Ṣàṣà ènìyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lẹ́yìn, tẹrú tọmọ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lójú ẹni. Ọmọ aráyé abániwọ̀nrọ̀ bá orí dání wọ́n. Ayé ò fẹ́ ní ìfọ̀rọ̀, orí ẹni ní pé kó yẹ ni. You gotta be strong cause the world is a battlefield. Òjò láyé ó gbé ní lọ, bá ò bá mọ̀ wẹ̀. Má ṣe làlà òtọ́ láì bá dé. Tread softly, dákun ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ilé ayé ogun ni ó gbọ̀gbọ́n. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Kíbi tí ẹ là tẹ́lẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlàmọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ṣé rántí a ò mẹ́rin ìjọba ẹ̀wẹ̀kú ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀. Àwọn lọ́tẹ̀ ni wọ́n dìde wọn lájànà kó lè rínú gbọ́gbé. Àṣenìtàn bá ní ìdàrú ṣálọ̀ máa ráyé. Àwọ̀ fẹ́lẹ́ bòónù kò jẹ́ àríkùn má ṣe bí. You gotta be wise to survive and keep your sanity. Ọjà ọ̀dájú ní ilé ayé, o ní láti mọ̀ ọ́n rà. Àyàgbé ọ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ tó bá ti lówó, ọ̀yàn òun ló wà lọ́jọ́ ogún dé. Ọwọ́ epo láyé ńlá, wọ́n kì í lọ tẹ̀jẹ̀. Alámọ̀ a ò mọ̀nú, ẹni ayé yẹ kó rọra ṣe. Ṣọ́ra, ṣọ́ra. Pọ́sọ̀ fura, pọ́sọ̀ fi jẹ́ sí iná. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ o. Tíbi tirẹ̀ là tẹ́lẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ o. Inú ẹni ṣàlàmọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tirẹ̀ là tẹ́lẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ilẹ̀kùn bá jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlàmọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ṣòwò gbà lábẹ́lẹ̀ ayé, àgbà tó ti sí tó mọ̀ ńlá yòókù lọ́gbọ́n. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́